Alright, we're gonna try this. This seems better, I think. It's still not great, but I just have no idea. Okay, well, we'll give it a shot. If anyone is still around. Okay. All right. I think we're okay now, but we'll see. Hopefully there's no buffering or any like weird stuff like that. The quality probably isn't as high, but at least we're live. So, okay, anyways. So we'll try this for now. Let's see. I need to copy this. Unfortunately, I have to reset up all this stuff now. Okay. Can somebody... Kobe, can you post it in the Discord that I'm live? Like, just post a link to this. Because I got to figure out what I'm going to bid on here. I think I actually am going to extend this Holly Holm. Do I want to pay that, though? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I don't know if I want to pay that much for it, though. When did I start collecting cards? I mean, I started when I was a kid. Obviously, it's been off and on. I played Magic the Gathering for a while. Yeah, and then I really got back into it about a year ago, a little over a year ago. So, started the YouTube channel in December. So, all right, well, at least we're not dropping as many frames, and we're kind of surviving here, so. E-Dogs Cards, what's going on? We are back, kind of. Sorry about that. I think it's a, I think it is a YouTube issue. Now it's getting all squirrely again. Yeah, I think it's a YouTube issue because I've never had problems streaming before. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, everything I was reading, because I tested my upload speed was fine. But it's just, as soon as I started streaming, it just, the bitrate just plummeted. So, I don't know. I'll figure it out this week, and it could just be, like, YouTube's being overloaded right now, and, you know, could be one of those things. I have no idea, but it's kind of a bummer. Sorry about that. I wanted to... the reason I came on early is because I wanted to kind of look at some stuff with you guys and figure out if there was anything we wanted to bid on, but obviously we didn't get a chance to do that. So, but we're here now. This is kind of crazy. I think a PSA 10 of this did like 700. So the fact that this is at 380 right now, so with buyer's premium, it's probably like 460. That bodes really well for UFC. I mean, it's a great card. For those who don't know, he's the middleweight champion. Has been for a while now. Probably, he's been middleweight champion for at least 3 years. Yeah, the computer's not the problem, nor is the internet. So I'm pretty sure it's a YouTube thing that's causing this. And sorry if I have any dropped frames or anything like that. So it's just kind of what it's doing to me tonight. But, so I was watching this card. It's too much for me at the moment. There's no profit margin for me at that, but it's a great card. Only shame is I think it's a sticker. I think all of these are stickers. Yeah, it's definitely a sticker. A lot of the UFC guys actually have really cool autos. I don't know if you guys pay attention to the UFC market, but a lot of them have really cool autos. Like a lot of these cards, man. I was watching this because though I guess for 750, that's pretty cheap for a Prism Gold. He's a killer, yeah, man, for sure. Adesanya is crazy. I think people are sleeping on him. I think he can have like a Darius Garland type season next year. This might end up being a really great buy for whoever has this. For me, I'm not willing to spend $900 on a Sadiq Bey, but that's just me. One other thing we can watch out tonight, both my Grant Williams that I bought on PWCC a few weeks ago, both of them are up for auction, and they're actually ending in like 4 or 5 minutes. So the green one's at $66, and the Mosaic Silver's at $15.50. So I'm hoping the green one ends over $100, and then the Mosaic Silver will just be the profit from that. But we'll see. I've got 11 watchers on the green and 15 watchers on the silver, so see how that ends up. I think worst case scenario, I break even on them. I bid on this because it was cheap when I bid on it. I mean, you can see I was one of the first people to bid on it, but you can't get any Tatum stuff cheap right now. Fade the international collector to get a great deal. Is it a big international thing, Kendall? I'm actually not familiar. Yep, I agree with this. It's not a quick flip. That's one of those where, like, if you had the resources, if you had $100,000 or $200,000 in cards that you can kind of put into different players, and hold on to things for longer periods of time, I think this is a good buy. But for most people, including myself, it's just, yeah. So it sold for $900. This clay sold for $840. That's actually pretty good for a clay flawless auto out of 10. Yeah, lots of SGA stuff too. But yeah, SGA is weird to buy too. It's like people haven't really settled on him yet. They don't really know kind of where he's going to be at. Tim, what do you think? You think that this is worth extending again? $60. I mean, it costs $50 to grade this stupid thing. I think they go for around 100, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully these Grant Williams that I have get some bids in the last minute here. I mean, this one went for $40, just raw. Oh, that's at a 25. I was like, what? Yep, I agree with that. I mean, I still think he's really good. I mean, that... So here's a PSA 10. That's sold in April, though, so they've kind of settled a little bit. I don't know if there's been a PSA 9 that's sold. There's the gold, 860. I feel like for $60, I mean, you could probably get $100 out of this card. Oh, somebody bid on it anyways, so somebody else thought the same thing as me. This is pushing to a point where I'm not comfortable with it. I don't think I'm honestly going to end up buying anything tonight, to be perfectly honest. There's just nothing that excites me. I bid on this, but I don't really want to pay $50 for a wide receiver at this point in time. Yeah, I mean, it's a gold Prism auto, though, so if he's, he makes the All-Star team a couple times, it's probably a $1,000 card. This was cool. I don't know if anyone else is bidding on this Jay-Z. 2005 Blue Refractor. I have no idea what the market is for this kind of thing. It's not really my wheelhouse. Bill, what's up, dude? Hey, for those who don't know, Tim, and Bill are going to be set up with me at the Midwest Monster in, I guess it's like a week and a half now, right? 2 weekends? A few more sleeps? Man, this Grant Williams is making me nervous. I hope I get some bids on it. International thing. Being Canadian in the auction, the vault model is great, right? Because you can just, yep, I gotcha. It's not a quick flip. Great buy under 85 or even above that, but not saying you could make money selling it next week. Yep. He did have a terrible week. Yeah, I like the Jay-Z for sure. I like all the non-sport stuff. It is, I just enjoy it. Let's see. 25 seconds left on the Grant Williams. What is it at now? 67. Ooh, man. I think we might get smoked on this Grant Williams play. It's all right. You win some, you lose some, right? It ends in 10 seconds, so I'm hoping it gets to 100, but it's not looking promising. Ooh, yeah, we got smoked on it. Wow. I can't believe that. I thought for sure it would sell for over 100, but... You know, you win some, you lose some. So our Grant Williams that we bought the other day sold for 67 on eBay, so we definitely took a pretty big L there. Well, not a big L, but we took an L for sure. I wonder if I made a mistake with like the listing. Maybe the title was not good, or you know, having it end during the game. Maybe that was an error on my part. I probably should have done like a 7-day auction on it, maybe. I bid on the Verstappen tickets. I'm not really interested in them, per se. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, we bought... where is it? Listings. Ended. Yeah, I think that was probably my mistake. I didn't realize it was going to end during the game. Where'd it go? Ended. Anyways, it was a Grant Williams select out of 75, I think. And it sold for 67. We bought it for right around that. I think actually we bought it for like $80, so we took a little bit of a loss on it. Not a huge deal. And it looks like the other one's gonna sell. Wow, yeah. So we probably lost $30 on that whole thing. Kind of a shame, but yeah, I think that was the issue, is I did it during the game, because I got some good action on it early on, but I think everyone's watching the game and not watching eBay. So lesson learned. You know, we probably lost $20-30, so no huge big deal. I thought it was worth the risk, and you know, again, so it probably sold for 80 on eBay, so you take out the fees, so 65. I think we spent about $100 on it, so yeah, $35. No worries. Yeah, win some, you lose some, exactly. But those are like kind of the nuanced things to pay attention to. Is like, I didn't realize that my listings were ending during the game, so obviously that's a huge problem. Or something that I overlooked, you know, and that's why it's tricky with eBay comps too. Oh yeah, you definitely grade all of this stuff anyways. So let's just get rid of all this stuff. So the mixer's still going. I just think this is not good at this point in time. Let me look it up, but gold refractor, purple gold. Someone's got this listed for $500. Good luck with that. That's the freshest one. So here's a PSA 10 of the purple gold at 306. But here's also a PSA 10 that did 202. So in SGC 9, it's probably a $75 card. But here's 222.50, but that was in April, so that was kind of when the set came out. Yep, I agree with that. Because you don't have the upside of a potential PSA 10. But even the PSA 10's like, I mean, that one did 306, but this one did 202, so, you know. So we're probably going to pass on the mix. Yeah, but they're easier to sell than raw cards, to be honest with you. People just like stuff in slabs. And this made it to 440. That's crazy to me. I think that's pretty wild. I thought for sure that this would end around like 300. But especially in a 9. Yep, people love slabs, that's true. I mean, I had a buddy who gave me a bunch of SGC slabs. It was just like cheap, like James Harden rookie, not the Topps one, just like a random rookie. You know, and he just gave me a stack, and I gave him an Anthony Edwards card, and they all sold for like $20 to $30 on eBay. So yeah, so there's gonna be nothing for us this week. Look at this, $575 for a Justin Jefferson Contenders auto, just the base. Anyone else think that's wild? I mean, the hobby's not dead, everyone. It is alive and well. It is alive and well. I mean, even this, it's an SGC 7.5. This is Immaculate Auto out of 24. It's at $625. That's crazy to me. I think that's just so overpriced. I'm really interested to see where this ends. Not really, man. I'd like to get a big card at some point in time, but I just don't really have the ammunition for it right now. I really want to do some digging in boxes, and I want to find some more stuff to grade too. I've got a lot of stuff at grading, and so I'd like to continue that and just have a steady stream of things that are coming back from grading, and then things that I can sell that came back from grading. So that's something I'd like to continue doing. I agree with this. I think the receivers and the running backs are those aren't long-term holds in my opinion. Like, I love Jonathan Taylor and I'll buy his cards, but I'm not planning on buying his cards for 5 years from now, you know. Think about guys like Todd Gurley, you know. He was like the MVP of the league. I think he won MVP, didn't he? Or he was like the best player in the league. And then he just fell off a cliff. So I do a flurry of Max Spids Pride. That's actually probably a good call, just because there's no last minute sniping in this. So you just say, this is what I'm willing to pay for the card. If it ends at that, great. If not, you know. Is that why? Because that is kind of obnoxious. Like the eBay deal, it just, I don't know. I know they're trying to prevent fakes from being sold, but at the same time, it's like, man, like the fact that you have to wait is just kind of brutal. You know, you have to wait for them to send the cards to PSA. PSA has to send the cards to you. Like, it's another 14 days to get a card that you bought. It's not great. Yep, running backs are a dime a dozen. That's why I would never, you know, I'm never going to be an NFL GM, but if I was, I wouldn't ever take a running back in the top 5 rounds of the draft. It just makes no sense to me. You can find a running back that'll run the ball. Claimed it wouldn't affect things, but yeah, I think that's probably true. I mean, how many cards are they authenticating every day? Thousands, probably, considering how much volume goes on eBay. And what's the price for it now? Is it set 500? Is that what it has to go for in order for them to authenticate it? Something like that. So it looks like this Izzy's probably going to go for 440, so it's, you know, 520. I mean, that's not nothing. Not nothing. Right, exactly. Yeah, you can get a good running back. I mean, you can, yeah, and they just get injured so easily. It's just, you know, like spending a top or first round pick and even sometimes a second round pick. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. Yep, $800. So it's probably, is it $750 maybe? I know the threshold for raw cards is very low now. SGC is great. I actually just sent 11 cards there a couple days ago. So, and I usually get them back in about 28 to 30 days. So, It's great. So the mix sold for $86.40. It's probably a little pricey with the SGC 9. Considering that PSA 10 did $200, you know, the average amount is probably $250 for the PSA 10 mic of this card. So it's probably right around where it's worth raw, maybe a little less than that. So in the slab, I could see it. This one, I still feel like it's not bad, but it's not something that I really want to spend my money on right now. Yeah, it's not great. By the way, while you guys are here, just to let you know, we did open up YouTube memberships. If you'll see like Tim's name, he's got that little SR logo next to him. So it's $2.99 I think a month, and you get access to a separate part of the Discord. It's just a super easy way to support the channel. Obviously watching the streams and watching the videos is plenty enough, but if you want to support in another way, you can consider a membership. I also post the cards that I pick up at shows and make them available to my members early. So Tim, for example, bought a bunch of my cards that I picked up at the show before anyone else saw them or before they were on sale anywhere else. So that's another benefit of being a member. So if you guys want to support the stream and support my YouTube channel, just $2.99. You can renew every month. And it's just I really appreciate any and all support. You also get your name at the end of every one of my videos. I started putting a little slide there at the end. So, yeah, so it's just a super cheap, super easy way. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway for my members only, coming up. I think 25 is going to be 25 members is going to be the, when I do my first giveaway, and it'll be a good one too. It'll be like a nice slab or something. So just as a way to say thank you to everyone who's helping to support the channel. And there should be a link down below the video, or you can find it somewhere on the page. I don't know exactly where it is, but yeah, that's memberships. So yeah, the Adesanya sold for $528. That's a really strong sale for this card. And that speaks volumes, I think. From the bench, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. New member, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I'll have to, I'll add you as a role in the Discord. Yeah, I try, man. It's getting harder and harder, though, for sure. And sometimes I lose, you know, you guys just saw tonight. I mean, those Grant Williams that I bought on PWCC, I think I paid around, with shipping and all that stuff, I think I paid around $105 for both of them, something like that. You know, and I'm only going to get like $65 out of them. So, you know, I lose on cards too. It's everyone loses on cards. So, you just never know. You just do what you think is best and then hope it works out. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You just try to get more wins than you do losses. And that's sort of how I look at it. And it's about the macro, you know? So now, instead of having these Grant Williams that I couldn't sell at shows, now I have an extra $65 that I can spend on something else to make more money. So, you know, it's about the macro number. It's not about each win and each loss. Well, I appreciate you watching, man. It means a lot. And thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate that. I'll add you in the Discord. I'll do that right now, actually. Are you from the bench on the Discord? Let me know what your Discord name is from the bench, and I'll add you. Oh, you are from the bench. Okay, I got you. All right, you are officially a YouTube member. Welcome to the secret section of the Discord. Do a finder service that shows from members. Yeah, I could do that too. I could like stream. I could like stream at shows and try to like, you know, if you guys see cards or whatever. That's a great idea. Yeah. Yep. And Tim's a good person to Tim understands money. I mean, he was a professional poker player. He's been in the card game for a while. I mean, you always lose on cards. It just happens, but, you know. I've never done Golden, though I would like to do it. PWCC recently, I mean, in the past few weeks, I feel like has really picked up. I feel like there's been a lot of, like, just higher sales than I was expecting on a lot of cards. Because, like, the first couple weeks, I was just getting steals. I mean, just absolute steals. But now it just seems like they're going for almost eBay, if not more. So yeah, I need to check out Golden because I've never done it. So Golden was not good for me on the selling side. Okay. Yeah, I've also never sold a card on an auction house. I've sold it. Obviously, I've sold cards on eBay, but I've never sold it at PWCC or Golden or anything. So. Oh, you grabbed the Shay. Nice, man. Nice. I just picked up a Shay Prism Auto, actually. I traded for it at trade night. So, traded my Mahomes rookie and my Giannis MVP Genesis for a Shea PSA 10 rookie auto and a Donovan Mitchell silver BGS 9.5 and a little bit of cash. So, what's happening more and more for Golden? Is it just like harder to find deals? Is that what you're talking about? Breakout, nice. Red Charlotte Finest. Okay. Yeah. Well, you don't have to pay me anything, man. It's something that I'll look out for. Like if I see it at the Monster or something, I'll look out for it and I'll send you a message and then we can figure that out. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I mean, I disagree that that's the best way to make money. I think the best way to make money is grading cards, but it takes a lot of work and it doesn't always work out, you know? Like, there's no worse feeling than sending a card in and it comes back a PSA 8, you know? Sending a card that you think is going to 10 and it comes back a PSA 8, so. Yeah, we have our table is 3 people and myself all in the Discord, so you know, if you guys have anything that you're on the lookout for specifically, let me know. Outright steals are much harder to find on Golden. Okay, yeah. I just think 2 people are paying attention more to the high market. Yeah, I agree with this. Yeah, I think it's just more that like eBay is sort of the first place that people go, you know? So that's sort of like the first place where people sign up and buy cards and all that stuff. So it's a little more, there's a little higher barrier to entry on PWCC and Golden, a little bit. But because most people have an eBay account from, you know, just everyday life. Yeah, I've got 9 cards there, I think. Nothing major, like no big cards. The biggest card I sent was that Josh Allen Kaboom that I showed you guys. But that one was sent on regular, not on economy. So I'm hoping I get them back by the Monster. But they need to come back like late next week. Are they opening up another service level? I mean, I think that, you know, $50 to grade a card is not too bad, right? Oh, so it's a new show. It's 350 tables. It's presented by the same guy who does the Fisher show by us. So that's like the show that I call the indie show on my YouTube channel. And so this is the first time he's doing this show, and he wants to do it. I think he wants to do it twice a year is what he told me. But this is the first one that they're doing, and it's June 17th and 18th. 17th and 18th. So that's a week from Friday, basically. It's going to be 350 tables. There's a ton of like really big sponsors. So like Card Collector 2 is going to be there. MC Sports Cards is going to be there. Mealy Pops is going to be there. Santiago Sports. Yeah, it's in a suburb. It's in a suburb of Indianapolis. It's like the north east side. But it's a great. I mean, it's going to be a really high end show. Yeah, I mean, the problem that I have with $30 for a $2.99 max value is like you're probably not grading anything great anyway. So, what's up, Jay Cards? How you doing, man? Why set up with 3 others? Because I don't have enough inventory to. Well, there's 3 reasons. I don't have enough inventory to take up a whole table to justify a whole table by myself. Second reason, I can't be there the whole time because I have to work at night. So, and Jeff wants someone at the table the whole time. So, what we're gonna do is 2 people are gonna be at the table all the time. So we'll have 2 showcases, so people can just I'll take up one showcase, Tim will take up the other showcase, and then Bill will come in and rotate me out so I can walk around or whatever. And Tim doesn't want to sit there. So it was basically just like, and it's also cheaper. So it's $200 for a table, but if split 4 ways, it's $50 each. So there was a lot of reasons. I also just don't like sitting at the table the whole time. So it's nice to have someone else. So yeah, that's basically the reason why we decided to do that. Because originally I wasn't planning on getting a table because I wasn't going to be able to be there the whole time. So I talked to Tim. Tim was interested, and then Bill set up with me at Fisher's, and I said, "Hey, are you interested too?" Because then we could rotate in and out, and then that's beneficial for all of us. So, and it's mostly. I think we're mostly going to try to do like mid to high end stuff anyways. I mean, I don't have any high end, but like $100 and up cards. So we're not going to bring like a bunch of dollar box stuff. It's going to be like, more expensive stuff. So, and I just don't have, two showcases full of that stuff. I just don't, at least right now. You got a table end. Nice. Yeah, man, I'm trying to get into it, but yeah, I am. I'm trying to get into it. There's one guy around us who does non-sports, and I've tried to talk to him about it, but I can't quite get there on it. I love Marvel stuff. I love Star Wars stuff, so I have kind of dabbled in that a little bit. What I'm actually trying to focus on right now is UFC. And F1. Those are the 2 things that I'm really focusing in on. UFC because I know it really well, and I've done really well on UFC stuff. And F1 just because there's not a lot of people around me that have it, and I like it. So I'm trying to kind of grab that niche a little bit. So if people are looking for that stuff, they know that they can come to me. So that's more of what I'm focusing on. I'm trying to move a bit away from basketball. I've just found basketball to be not volatile enough, if that makes sense. Basketball is good for like long-term holds, and it's more stable, I think. But it's not like buying a QB who pops off for 5 touchdowns and their cards jump in value, and people just don't care that much about the NBA. At least around here, it seems like. Can you explain when you say dealers exploit pricing variances? Do you mean like volatility? Is that essentially what you're saying? I mean, the way I look at myself with sports cards is I'm more of a day trader than I am a mutual fund guy, which is the opposite of what I am with with my financial life. But I just like to kind of get in and get out, whereas some people like the long-term hold, like they're going to buy an Anthony Edwards NT rookie patch auto and hold it for 15 years, hoping that he, breaks into the top 10 players of all time. And then they're going to do really well for themselves. That's not really my game. I'd rather, buy some QB prospects and, because you can't make that much money, new market entry will come in and smash away your margin. Because you can't make that much money, new market entry will come in and smash away your margin. Oh, sorry, I missed your first one. If everyone can buy and sell for known prices in every market, there's really little point to being a dealer. Yes, right, exactly. Yes, right. Right. Yeah, and that's your point, is like basketball doesn't basketball has the most known things. Like who knew, for example, like who knew that Cooper Kupp was going to have such a great season, right? And his cards were going to jump in value so much. This is just a random example. Or Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase. Like who knew that those guys were going to have such a great season? Whereas like we pretty much know, Donovan Mitchell's an all-star, LeBron's one of the best players, Giannis is a great player. Like they're not going to move in and out as much. The only thing that's really going to cause them to bump or dive is if they come out of nowhere. So like Ja Morant a little bit. I guess would be the Darius Garland, Jordan Poole. Those would probably be like the 3 examples from this year. But even then, like I think that those guys are not a good buy. Oh, nice, man. Is that today? Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's hard to come. I guess like at the beginning of the season, Miles Bridges kind of did it, but his cards got a little bit of a bump, and then they just kind of went back down to where they were. So, nice, dude. Nice. Yep, I agree. And even sometimes if they are a perennial All-NBA candidate, I mean, like look at Dwayne Wade's cards. Like the guy's like, I mean, he's definitely a top 50 player of all time. But like his cards aren't, I mean, I sold a Topps Chrome rookie of his PSA 9 for like $110. I mean, like a Luka Prism PSA 9 goes for like 180. Like, how does that make any sense? And Luka's not half the player that Dwayne Wade is yet, And that's because you believe in their like long-term. They're like, it's very simple man. I like it. Yeah, I mean, and Wade and Duncan, like they have their collectors for sure. Like there's people that's who they collect, and they want all those cards. But like when you look at the liquidity of a player like Luka or a player like Giannis or players that are in the league right now, it's just not even close. I think he's already top 10, Tyreth, to be honest with you. We've just never seen a player like him. I think I agree with you on Luka. There's something about the way he plays that just reminds me a little bit too much of like James Harden, like a really good player, but I think he's just so ball dominant that I'm not sure if he can ever make the transition to like being on a championship team. Does that make sense? Nice, man. I wish I had a color blast. I really want to get a color blast of somebody, but I just haven't gotten one yet. Yeah, Giannis is amazing, man. If you guys didn't see my recent video, there's this guy, Mike. His Instagram is 414 Sports Cards, and he has like the most insane Giannis collection. He had a Giannis tattoo. He's actually in the thumbnail. He had a Giannis tattoo on his forearm. It was wild. He's like, yeah, Giannis means a lot to me. I was like, I can tell. He's on your forearm. He was a great guy though, man. Super nice and like really friendly and just hilarious. So it was cool. Finder's service for members, you will join. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not imminent right now just because there's not that many. But, you know, if it gets to be like, you know, 50 people and that's something that people want, like, absolutely. Like, because I want the members to, like, feel like they're getting something out of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. The Marvel PMGs are interesting. There's like, the thing that's weird about them is there's like 4 or 5 people that are like buying all of them, so they're creating this immense scarcity about them. Yeah, dude, he was a riot. Him and God, I don't remember the guy who was with him. He was the guy that bought the Desmond Bain from me. I can't remember his name, and I feel terrible saying that, but I just don't remember his name. But those 2 guys, man, they were just cracking me up. They were so funny. Dude, I mean, you don't even have to be a member. Just, I know you're looking for that Charlotte Flair. If there's any other like specific card you're looking for, just send me a DM or whatever, and I'll let you know if I find it for sure. I mean, I'm not gonna go like digging through boxes for you, but like if I run across it in a showcase and be like, oh, I know someone who's looking for this card, you know, here's what he's willing to pay. Like, I'm happy to facilitate that. That's not a problem at all. I wonder if anything's still going. Looks like there are some things that are... Oh, there's 27 things that are still going. Why isn't RJ Barrett? That's so funny. Out of all people. Oh, BGS 10... Joss Silver is still going. That's an interesting card. Star Wars Superfractor Card Club. That sounds cool. 2 people fighting for RJ, yeah. But I think he sold. This is Soto. Oh, Luis Garcia. Wow, that's weird too. It's so funny, like the card. Here's a Marvel card. This is actually a cool card. I saw this, the Punisher. But RJ is a perfect example. Is like, he's not going to come out of nowhere, and like even if he makes an all-star team or 2, like are his cards really going to explode in value? Like probably not, right? Unless he just makes this huge leap to like superstar, you know, like Jason Tatum's caliber, which I just don't see. Yeah, I kind of agree with this. I agree with this too. Having lost money on Miles Bridges, I agree with that. So that's kind of why I started moving out of basketball. It was just like there was so much of it. I mean, I'll buy Giannis stuff for sure. Luka stuff I'll buy because people like it. I'll buy Tyrese Halliburton because I like him and he's local. But those are kind of the only 3 guys right now that I'm really looking to buy in basketball. Desmond Bain at the right price, I'll buy Desmond Bain stuff. Especially cheap stuff because people are always looking for him. Yeah, I mean, if Zion goes to New York, Zion prices are going to go up, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I've done that too. They just don't move. I want to see where this John Moran ends up. What is this, Kobe? Oh, Youthquake Kobe. That's a cool card. Oh, it's an NBA silver or whatever. You guys know about this thing? This Mike Becker, what is his name? Mike Baker, I think is his name. But he like grades graded cards. So he puts his little sticker on it. See, but like this card, like, I mean, it's cool, and I know it's a logo man, but like, why are we paying? And sorry, I'm not making fun of anyone who, but this is not an investor card. This is a collector card. Like, if you like DeMar DeRozan, great. Like, this is a great card for you. But like, you're not gonna make any money off of this, in my opinion. Yeah, this is a PC card. Like, this is not an investor card. Like, this is the most you're ever gonna get out of that card. Yeah, I try to be, and I think that's what I see a lot of. And I think that was the biggest lesson for me when I started setting up his shows. Is I'm just like, I realized very quickly that like, I have to have competitive market prices. Like, I can't be asking for, you know, anything really over comps. I mean, if the comps are like 100 to 150, like, sure, like, you can ask for 120, or you can sticker it for 150 and take 120 or whatever. But if a card goes consistently for $120, you're never gonna get $150 out of it. It's just the truth. But so many people just like, they think that they can get more out of their cards than they're worth, and they're just the people that have the same stuff at every show. So this jaw sold for $27.60. I always find BGS 10s very difficult to price. I think that's maybe part of what it is, but yeah, I mean, I think with lower like, comps don't mean as much with like low number stuff, you know, like stuff to 10 or stuff to 5 or 1 of 1s. Obviously, it's kind of like name your own price, but yeah, it doesn't work because someone can just pull out their phone and be like, that's not what that card goes for. Like, I'm not trying to single anyone out, but at the Shipshawana trade night, like, there's a guy who had he had a Purple Wave PSA 10 Tyrese Halliburton, right? The last couple sales on that card were like $350 or $400, and I said how much for it, and he said $700, so I just kind of passed, and then he tried to like sell me on it. He'd be like, well, it's a cool color match, and I'm like, yeah, but a cool color match isn't gonna go for twice as much as what the card is worth. You know what I mean? I mean, I didn't say anything. I just kind of kept walking. But it's just like, he's never gonna sell that card for that amount unless he just rips someone off like that. You know, that's really what you're hoping for. This is kind of funny. Look at this. What is this? It's a Harry Potter card. What set is this? 2001 Harry Potter. That's so funny. It's like a little, like, looks like a movie ticket or something. Someone wants it. So, nice, man. Congrats. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, there's some stuff that I will price over comps, if you want to call it that. But that's more the stuff that I just kind of want to hang on to, and I'm not really that interested in moving. If someone makes me a fair offer and I'm making money on it, like, you know, I'll consider it. But you know, it's just, sometimes I just don't really know how people kind of survive or do it. I think they just don't really sell very many cards. I think, I don't want to say half of every show, but there's certainly a lot of shows like that. But that's why, like, there's just certain people I avoid, and it's not because I don't like them as people, but it's just I can't do business with them because it just makes no sense. Like, it makes no sense for me. I'm not going to buy your card for, you know, I mean, you can make a case for buying it at a full eBay comp. Like, there's cases for that, right? Steph Curry, for example. I had a Steph Curry Topps, right? I had a Topps PSA 8 Steph Curry that I bought at Shipshawana. It's in the vlog. And, that was a card where I was very firm at what I wanted for it because I had no reason to, that's a card where I would keep it forever if I needed to. I mean, I'd keep it for 5 years if I needed to. So, I'm not motivated to sell that at 80%. But there's certain other things where I'm just sure, take it, I'm not married to any of this stuff. So. Yeah, and I think a lot of the people too that are like that, and again, I'm not bad, man. People can price their cards however they want. It's, it really honestly is no sweat off my back. But I think people are too hopeful to hold out for a better deal. Or more importantly, I think people are too afraid to sell a card for a loss. I think that's a big fear in the hobby is people selling a card for a loss. But then the problem with that is that you just hold on to way too many bags. I mean, you know how many Luka Prism PSA 10s are sitting out there that people paid $1,000 for? And they just wouldn't sell it because they were afraid to lose $100 or $200 on it. I mean, that card is never going to be $1,000 anymore, ever again. There's 22,000 of them. It's never going to be $1,000. So, holding in hopes that something's going to go back to its previous value is most of the time, in my opinion, a losing proposition. You're better off just kind of trying to get out as soon as you can. That's just kind of my thoughts on it, though. Yep, I agree 100%, Tyreth. You're taking it to your grave. It's just a paperweight at that point. But the thing is, I agree, man. The thing that people need to understand, though, at least this is something I learned very quickly, is just because you're losing money on a specific card doesn't mean that you're overall losing money. There's certain things you lose money on, the Grant Williams I just sold. I lost $45 or $40 on it. But there are cards that I sold this weekend that I doubled up on. So overall, I'm still winning. It's just, and now I have more liquidity to buy. Now I have $65 that I can buy another card for that maybe, or I can go to Value Box and, buy out a Value Box and sell it and double up on it, right? That I didn't have before. So 100% agree. Best time to sell is when there are buyers. I mean, if someone offers me something and I'm making money on a card, 9 times out of 10, I will take it. There's very, very few times where I will not take it. I will not take an offer where I'm making money, even if it's 5 or 10% or whatever. Who in this room wouldn't if you bought a card for $45 and you turned around and someone offered you $50 for the card immediately, who wouldn't take it? It's you just made $5 for free, for nothing. So why would you not take it over a week time span? Because you think you can get 55 out of it? Well, maybe, but that might take 3 weeks for you to get 55 out of it, or 3 months for you to get 55 out of it, or it might never be. You might never get that $50 offer. It could go down and half of its value. Your player could get injured, and now it's a $15 card. And then instead of getting $5, you just lost $30. So. That's just and again, these are my opinions and my philosophies over what I've sort of gathered from the last year or whatever. Of course, yeah, you don't want to just chronically be selling things at a loss, but absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It actually happened this weekend, not to me, but someone else. Someone had some Brady rookies, and they didn't know what they had. And so a buddy of mine said, I'm going to pay you more for this card than what you're asking because I need to tell you how much this card is worth. I mean, there are definitely some dealers that would. I mean, it's also like there's varying levels to it too, where it's like, you know, like if I find a card in a dollar box and I don't look up the comps, but I think it's worth more than $1, and I get home and it's like $100 card, like I'm absolutely, you know, like I don't feel that bad about that because like it was in their dollar box, you know what I mean? Unless it was like very obviously it shouldn't have been in the dollar box, you know what I mean, like that. But yeah, like there was this, I haven't seen him since, but there was this guy who I did a trade with in one of the vlogs, and I thought it was a pretty fair trade at the time, but it turned out that I like really got a really high return on that. And so the next time I see him, I'm gonna make sure the trade evens out, just because like I feel bad about it, and I think he was relatively new, and I don't think I ripped him off or anything, but like I got a much better return than I thought I was gonna get. So I just stuff like that I try to make right at a certain point in time. I don't really know, Ben, to be honest. I mean, I would like to get some bigger cards just because it's nice to have one to like hold on to for a little bit. Like I want to get like a nice like Burrow auto or something, but nothing like, you know, 3-4K, probably just like, you know, 1,500 or something like that, just to kind of have one or two things like that. Yep, exactly, man. That's why, like, you know, like in my videos, there's that guy Chad who comes to my table and buys a bunch of my stuff, and I get a lot of comments of, why'd you sell that homes at that price, and why'd you sell this at that price? And I'm like, because I'm making money on it, and then I just got $1,700 in cash where I can spend it elsewhere. Like, why would I not sell it to him? And then he comes back and buys more. Like, it's great, you know? This thing is still going. I wonder if this Harry Potter card is ever going to sell. It's the only one left in the auction. It's at $84. There's two people who really want it. And now they're down to like, what is it, 5 seconds? Oh, no, it's 1 minute. Okay. 1-on-1s or Ronaldo. Okay. I'll probably stay away from Ronaldo just because I don't know soccer. I mean, I know him, but, you know, 1-of-1. I don't think I've ever owned a 1-of-1. I would like to own a 1-of-1 for sure. The guy I was with, Zach, bought a Mac Jones 1-of-1, or he traded for it. Mac Jones 1-of-1 at the Shipshawana show. Yeah, it's about the macro for sure. Plus, I'd like to say, I think, you know, and this is partially my fault, but I think a lot of, they're passing. $84 was the cutoff on the Harry Potter. You know, I think it's partially my fault that a lot of my contact. No, they did it. They're extending 86. Let's go, Harry Potter. Let's go. But I think that, you know, a lot of my channel has been about making money and like flipping cards and like making money. But to be honest with you, I'm just enjoying myself, man. Like I enjoy meeting. I've met so many great people. Like, you know, Tim's become one of my close friends in the hobby for sure, you know. And just like so many people I set up with and like all those people, are just great people. And like, I like the cards, you know what I mean? Like it was just a way for me to like feed my sports, because I always watch sports, and it was just a way for me to capitalize on like my sports knowledge essentially. And so I just, I enjoy it, man. It's not all about making money, you know? It's just not. There's a lot more reasons that I do it than to make money. There's a lot easier ways to make money. Let's just put it that way, and less time, especially for me. I know for a fact I can make money a lot easier doing something else. So I just enjoy it, and I think I want to try to make the channel a little bit less about making money and more about just like enjoying the hobby and meeting people. That's why I started doing that card shop series, because I thought that was cool. Just meet people. So get the Potter to 100 cowards. I agree. Let's go. We're going to watch this baby all the way to the end. Let's go. So, and Kobe too. I mean, Basic White, like, you know, like I love seeing him at shows, man. Talking sports, hanging out, man. It's awesome. This better extend just for the memes. I mean, like, I want to be here until at least 8:30 Pacific time watching this Potter card. Oh, he did it. Let's go. Get it to 100. So, yeah. So, anyways, I feel like I've spent a little bit too much of the channel talking about how, you know, making money and stuff. And I want it to be a lot more about the people. And I think I do. I do a good job of like showing the personalities of the people that I interact with, which I love. Oh, it's called Neon Belly. Neon. It's an MMA podcast, so they talk about UFC mostly. They do occasionally talk about like Bellator and like some other ones, but mostly UFC stuff. It's amazing. It's such a good podcast, especially if you like UFC. You cowards. Yes, they did it. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is tough though, because whenever money is involved with anything, emotions get involved, and you never want to make people feel like they were taken advantage of. And we've all been there where we've all done a deal, or, you know, someone ripped us off because we didn't know what we were doing, or we were new to the hobby or whatever. And so it's a really tricky thing, because you're like, you want to be friends with people, but you also don't want to, you want to make sure that everyone benefits. And it's a tough, it's definitely a tough balance. Is this just, oh my God, they're actually just trolling us now. 105, let's go. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and I try to make it about the people that I'm interacting with as much as I make it about, you know, the deals and stuff, but it's definitely a balance. It's hard. It's definitely hard. We got to 100, boys. I wish, see, if we were on Twitch, I could do like a prediction and stuff. Hey, thanks so much. Thanks for watching. I appreciate that, Miel. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Thank you. Oh yeah, it takes a lot of work, man. Even listing like one card on eBay takes at least 5 minutes, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're selling, you know, at the volume and the card level that I'm selling at, it does take a lot. Let's extend this baby. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah, that's a good thing to do too. And I think that's part of the reason why I started the George Russell PC. Because I always feel like people would ask me what my PC is, and I'd give them some, like, you know, I mean, I do collect Northwestern football players. Like, that is an actual PC of mine, but it's not like a big one. I just have some stuff. That's something that I'm definitely considering. I don't move at the volume right now to make that worth it, but I think eventually that's probably what I'm gonna end up doing as well. My God, this Potter, man. We're gonna be here. It sold for $132. Let's go. And this thing wasn't this thing at $58? This is so crazy. I don't even know what this thing is. Like, what is it? Has anybody ever seen this thing before? Yeah, it's a bookmark. Right. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like a bookmark. Anyways, that was funny. It's a base card. Okay. What is it from? Like, where do you get this card? Is it from like a book? Like you bought a book and then this was like a pack. Was it from like a pack of cards? Because it looks like it's like a tall boy. You know, like this is not like a normal slab. That's like a tall slab. See it on eBay. Okay, cool. So Tyrith, what value cards do you usually consign? It's a Wizards of the Coast card. $1.24. Well, you got to get that SGC 9.5. There probably aren't many of them in SGC 9.5, to be honest. That's a pretty good grade. Looks like it's probably this corner, don't you think? You guys reckon it's this corner? It's a little rounded. Gotta get the high-res image. This corner's a little rounded. The rest of them look pretty sharp. Might be some weird surface thing. Centering looks pretty good, actually, especially on the back. Anything that will hammer for $10 or more. Nice. How much does it cost you to ship it usually? Yeah, so this was the last card in the PWCC auction, and it was like, usually the auction ends by like a half an hour ago, but they kept extending this card, so we were just watching it. And when we started watching it, it was at $58, and they were going up by, there was clearly two people going up by like $2 intervals. Yeah, I probably should, right? It's funny. Totally worth it. They take 20% plus 50 cents less than $25, and I just do not care. Fair. And you're not... Okay. Yeah. There is a website. If you Google Indiana card shows, there's a website here, dpmsportscards.com. So this one has all of the Indiana, I'll link it here, has all of the Indiana shows on it. So as you can see here, here's the Midwest Monster we've been talking about, Plainfield on the 26th. Look into Inn, that's the one I went to on Saturday. So these are all the ones that happen in Indiana. I don't know if other states have this, but it's really useful. So, gotcha. Cool. There's apparently also a show locator on Instagram. So, yeah, we're lucky in Indiana that we have basically one show every weekend for the most part, because there's a monthly show in Plainfield, there's a monthly show in Fishers, which is probably the big one, I would say. And then there's a monthly show at this La Quinta Inn, which is Beech Grove show. And then there's other random ones, like Fort Wayne has a show. That show's actually pretty good. It's in, though I don't see it anywhere on here, even though I know it happens. And there's also some shows in Louisville. I've never been to an Ohio show, but thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. If you guys haven't checked out the latest vlog, I just posted it at 7 today, I think, a couple hours ago. So definitely check it out. Yeah, you guys have a ton of stuff. I'd love to get out to SoCal. I really want to go to the Burbank show. Burbank Sports Cards is putting on a show, I think, at the end of August. So... Well, I had messaged him on Instagram a couple months ago because I had a week off, and I was just like, hey, can I come there and film? And, you know, he gets like 17 million DMs a day, so he didn't see it. And then I messaged his team on Facebook, and they're like, oh, we'll let him know. And then I messaged him again, and I never heard back. So I'm going to see him at the Midwest Monster and meet him for the in person, and then I'll ask him then, and hopefully we'll set it. We'll set a time. I would love to. My one issue I have with out of town shows is that I work on most weekends. So I majority of the time have to stay local. He supports your girlfriend's sushi habit. That's funny. That's really funny. But I'd love to get to some bigger shows, What do you do for work? I am a professional musician, actually. So I play in the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. That's my full-time job. So yeah, we have concerts on Friday and Saturday nights typically, so I can't really go out of town on Saturday for a show. So yeah, that's me. Yeah, the monster will be good. For sure. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I think too, it'll be easier when I see him in person and just, I can get like his email or something, and that'll be a little easier to just connect in that way. But yeah, he's busy, man. And I'd say he's probably the face of the hobby right now. I don't know if you guys would agree with that. I guess you could say Pac-Man, because Pac-Man has a lot of followers, but definitely like the card show thing, like that, he's absolutely like the number one guy at this point in time. So he just, it's busy. And the one thing I will say too, like if you guys ever message me on Discord or Instagram or whatever, I do my very best to get back to everybody. But sometimes, I have a job, I have a family, sometimes things slip through the cracks. So I apologize if I never get back to you, but I'm trying my best. It's just sometimes it's hard. Yeah, he seems cool. And that's kind of the reason why I'd want to go to the National, is like just to meet all these people, because we've a lot of the YouTubers and stuff, like I've messaged with them on Instagram or whatever, but it'd be cool to just kind of meet and chill and film some stuff. But so I'm considering the National, but we will see. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for hanging out. I really appreciate all you guys being here. Sorry for the technical glitch at the beginning. It's still really messed up, so the stream probably hasn't been really that high quality, and I apologize for that. You're driving out? Yeah. See, I'm really considering it, man. Yes, that's the problem for me. I would go, like I have the time off, and that's all great. But it's just like, it's insane to get there because there's no airport. The closest airport is Philly. And then the hotels are like $300 a night at least. So yeah, like if it was in Chicago, I'd be there for sure, obviously. Yeah, that's why I mainly just want to go to meet people, to be honest with you. So anyways, I'm considering like driving out. That would be, it's only like 10 hours or something, so it's not terrible, but it's also not ideal. Yes, I play clarinet. That's my instrument. Yeah, you can see my music stand behind me if you need any proof. And over there is all my clarinet stuff, so you can't really see it, but it's all like my clarinet. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is like I wouldn't even go there to buy. I'd probably dig through some value boxes and stuff, but like, I just don't have the cash for like making any sorts of reasonable purchases at the National. It would just be to go and like film stuff and interview people and like do that kind of thing. Yeah, man, I don't know what a stupid location. Like, it's just a dumb thing. Their attendance is going to be down just because it's so prohibitively expensive. So I'm going to give one more plug for the memberships. I did open up YouTube memberships. If you guys want a way to support the channel, there's a members only section of the Discord. I give you guys shout outs in all of my videos. I post my cards for you before I list them on any other site or anything. If there's anything you like, and I'll make deals for you guys. I'm planning on doing a member only giveaway once we get to around 20 or 25 members. So I put it at $2.99 a month. So it's a very, very affordable, and obviously no pressure at all. But if any of you guys want a great way to support the channel, that is terrific. If you guys have not checked out the vlog that I posted earlier today, be sure to do so. That was from the Shipshawana show last weekend. So I finally got that one done and up. And I think that's it for the night. I'm going to hopefully get all this streaming stuff figured out by next week, so we won't have the same issue that we had tonight. I apologize for that. And sorry we didn't buy anything today, but hopefully there are more deals for us next week. The memberships are, that's a good question. There's a link in some of the descriptions. There's also like a thing on the channel, but no worries. And then if you do decide to join, make sure to message me on Discord and I'll add you as a role so you get all those benefits. But thank you guys so much again. It was really fun. I had a great time just chatting and hanging out. So we'll do this again next week, provided we are all available. I'll try to figure out the streaming thing, and we'll see you then. Thanks, guys. See you later.